Hi guys, this video is going to be the most awaited video of this YouTube channel because we are going to talk about Tissnet. And I know यार Tissnet के लिए सब crazy है, सबको TIS में जाना है क्योंकि ना इसमें फीस भी कम है और प्लेसमेंट्स भी बहुत अच्छे हैं. इस कॉलेज से निकलो तो बहुत अच्छा रिकग्निशन मिलेगा और सब कुछ. तो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू इंटरव्यू आशुतोष जो हमारी हेल्प करेगा कैसे इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस होता है, इंटरव्यू में क्या क्या चीज़ें आपको दिमाग में रखनी है, प्रिपरेशंस के टाइम में आपको क्या क्या चीज़ें ध्यान में रखनी है, ओवरऑल कॉलेज कैसा है. सो डू वॉच दिस वीडियो टिल द एंड एंड लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. हाय आशुतोष, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल एंड हाउ आर यू?
I'm fine. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact with you and share any knowledge and experience of TISS that can contribute to helping the aspirants.
Thank you so much for being here. And of course, this is going to be the most awaited video because Tissnet has been approaching, and also, everyone wants to know about the interview process, about the campus life, about the admission process. So let's dive into the conversation. And before that, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Ashutosh Dubey. I am currently pursuing MA in Development Studies in TISS Mumbai. So I am a mechanical engineer by undergrad, and after that I was appearing for defense services and civil services. Then I got to know about TISS as a backup option to do my masters in social science because UPSC gave me an orientation towards social science, and then I appeared for Tissnet. Development studies was my second option. My first was HRM, but I missed the cutoff of HRM by 1 marks anyways. So then I prepared for the DEF, then the interviews, and then I landed up in TIS. UPSC gave me a broad orientation about social sciences, and it helped me in my interview. My optional was philosophy. That helped me in my interview a lot because my interview was revolving around that only. I appeared for UPSC, and in that process, somehow Tissnet came into my consciousness through my one of my friends, and I kept it as a backup option that if I am not able to get through in my first attempt of UPSC, so I ended up in TIS in that scenario. But I'm not saying that TIS is something less than the UPSC or something, because TIS has a unique experience that no place in this world, or at least in this country, will be able to give you.
People have been comparing TIS to IIM, so of course I think it stands on a good position. And before that, let's talk about the admission process. And so now I have seen कि people usually clear पूरा जो भी मतलब एग्ज़ाम होता है, people usually clear, but interview process में उनको बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है. So what exactly it is, how was your interview and क्या क्या questions पूछे गए थे, and overall आपने कितना टाइम दिया था अपने preparations के लिए?
For each course, you have to fill these 2-3 paragraphs of 300 words each. So BioSketch is something that it is like an autobiography till now of yourself, but in third person. It is very important that you write in third person. For example, I was writing that Ashutosh belongs from Madhya Pradesh. He did this in this year and all that thing. So one important thing is that the BioSketch should convey that you are somehow made for this course. It should not be like that you are appearing for example, we can say that if you are appearing for HRM, human resources, and all your education and experience is in some other sector, for example very technical sector, which has no connection with human element in that, so it will be a bit tough to get through the interview because there must be some alignment. For example, you must have some hobbies, you must have done some seminar or any workshop that relates to that course, or you should have some experience, you should have some alignment in your perspective towards how you see yourself in your career, and that should align to the course that you are applying for. For each course, for example, at least 1 to maximum 3, you can fill 3 options in your course, and for each course if you clear the written cutoff of any course, like 1, 2, 3, any, then a separate interview is done. So in the biosketch, it is very important that you write your biosketch. And I'm not saying that you manipulate the biosketch, but you present yourself in such a way that you seem interested in the course. Then second is, why are you interested in this course? So you must convey the ideas that you have for this course, your vision for your career and the whole society that you see. For example, in development studies, it is very holistic course. Like it takes subjects from various dimensions of social sciences, and it is a bit philosophical. And I was interested in philosophy since my school days, so that helped me in aligning it. Second important thing is that your bio sketch and your answer, why are you interested in this course, it should align. Like it should seem that the same person has written the same answer, the two answers. It should not be that the bio sketch is of a different person, the answer of interest in the course is from a different person. And important thing is that not to use very heavy words, or we can say motherhood statements. For example, like very hi-fi statements, like I want to do this and that.
It should be basic.
You should
for people
substantiate.
to understand.
Yeah. The thing is, you should substantiate. It should be backed by the examples, your experience, and logic. It should not be very whining kind of something. So that will help you in cross question during your interviews. Then my interview was for two. One was social entrepreneurship, which was my third option, and second was development studies. So in development studies, most of my interview revolved around Madhya Pradesh. They asked me about Madhya Pradesh, the schemes, about tribes in Madhya Pradesh. Then philosophy as my optional. So they asked me questions from philosophy, basically Western philosophy. They asked me about Kant, Hegel, and all those philosophers. Philosophy is my ground, so I was comfortable at that. So it helped me. So DEF is very subjective. It has no one fit for all solution. So when you fill the DEF, the paragraphs and the bio sketch, it has to be edited time and again. First you make a draft, then you see that can it be better, then you make the second draft and all that. Because these paragraphs are very important, because they read your paragraphs before your interviews. And another thing is that in interview, your vision towards society, your perspective towards society, and how much open-ended or open-minded you can think, that is very important. In other courses, the criteria are different. For example, in armed forces, they have a certain kind of requirements. In social science, you need to be open-minded, contemplative, and be able to see the things in holistic perspective from different dimensions. That is, I think, very important to be in a college of social sciences, especially this. That you need to think holistically.
Someone who is not prepping for any other, exams like CAT or NMAT. So, what do you think? How much time will it take for them to study for Tissnet?
Okay, so a written exam, as you know, the format is there. There are mathematical, logical, reasoning, English, then general knowledge. General knowledge is a very important part because it has a separate cutoff. So for that, you can prepare for any competition exam, entrance exam, as you do. Like section wise, you can refer books, you can have test series. There are test series of Tissnet. Then comes interview. So before the interview, there is a form that comes called DEF. So in that, you have to answer broadly to, for some who have work experience, there is a third question also, that if you have work experience related to this course. But there are two, that one is bio sketch, your bio sketch, and second is why are you interested in this course, specifically for the course that you are appearing. So you must know that at least from your region or in the national perspective, if there are anything that are going on in that dimension or related to that subject. So that is something that will help you And if you are writing something in your bio sketch or your question of interest in the course, you should back it up very well, because they will ask you, they will cross question you on the things that you have written.
When we prepare for general knowledge, तो वो कितने टाइम स्पैन का देखना चाहिए, लाइक कितने मंथ्स का प्रिपरेशन होना चाहिए जीके में?
Yeah, okay, so in GK there is current affairs, so last 1 year, and if possible 2 years. Last 1 year is very important. Like last 1 year, for example, the Tissnet is in February. I think it happens in February. So the whole year, the whole preceding year, you should do the schemes and the various important events that have happened. 1 year is sufficient, I think. If possible, you can go for important events in 2 years, but the last 1 year is very important, I think.
So let's talk about the college life over there. And before that, I want to ask you why this is so famous. It's been 2 years since you were there. So what do you think? What's that something that makes it different from other colleges?
Courses are very specific. They are designed for a certain requirement in a certain sector. For example, conventionally, MA happens in, for example, MA in sociology, MA in history, MA in political science. But here the MA is very specific. For example, in social work, there are various schools, around 11 schools, and then within schools there are courses. So there is a course of social work. So within social work there are courses like children and families, then criminology and justice, then livelihood and social entrepreneurship. So they are very specific courses, and they're designed for placement perspective. Then my course is development studies. So it has development studies is specific in development sector, but it takes the content of the course from various disciplines, from sociology, from philosophy, psychology, and health. So the courses are designed in a very holistic way, and very we will say a very result oriented way. So these courses are very they're one of a kind in the country. Some courses are one of a kind. So TIS is different in this dimension. See, it is a very holistic course. Like development in itself is a very complex and holistic subject. So it covers a lot of things. So the course is designed in such a way that in 2 years, in 4 semesters, we are able to get the highlight or the insights of various sectors that come under development. So these courses are designed by the faculties and the whole administration in such a way that you get everything insightfully within the course. Then after course, what you ask for, like the college life. So the college life is very unique in such a way that this has a lot of diversity. Like you will get to know people, you will meet people even in your class and in the whole campus from pan India, from every corner of the nation. People come to TISs. Like I often say that there are 2 places where the whole India meets that I have seen. One is Indian Army, second is TISs. So like I have friends from northeast, from Jammu Kashmir, from down south, from central India, from west, from coastal regions, and this gives you a certain capacity to embrace the diversity. Like you know that people from certain culture, they have their certain people from different culture have different fests in the college over the year. Like there are various fests. Every school has its own cultural fest, its annual fest. Then the various communities that are in the campus, they have their own fest. So in the even semester, like in 2nd semester or 4th semester, in whichever year you are, so there are various events that happen in the campus, and I'll say that this is very advanced in inclusiveness. For example, you will see people from LGBTQ community having a lot of expression in this campus, and they excel in courses, in expression, and in events in all walks of the academic life, they excel here. People from all corners of the country, they excel here in the courses. And TIS also provides a lot of opportunities in terms of sports, in co-curriculars. Then there's a program of student exchange also. Like some people from my college will go for 2 or 3 months or the prescribed time, whatever it is, to a foreign country, to a foreign university, and they will study for some time in that university. And people from that university come to TISS. So it is student exchange program. So that is, yeah. So that is in the campus.
Okay.
So that is something that TISS provides, which is very unique. Diversity in terms of people and the background from which they come.
I'm hearing about TIS because of the crazy placements, because of the HRM and everything. But amazing, yeah. So let's talk about the placements. And before that, I would like to know what was the what is the fees of your course of your 2 years program?
Okay, so there is a relaxation for certain people. For example, there is a student aid program. So there is a scholarship kind of something that is given to cover the fees of the people who are economically from a backward section, and if they struggle in economic dimension.
Okay.
And fees is very less. For example, I don't know for all the courses, but for my course, like yearly it goes around 60,000 of the whole year, like first and second semester. So fees is quite less comparatively to the other premium institutes.
To the other colleges.